Now, I noticed this the last time I was recording when I was trying to get thumbnails and everything, but they renamed Arnima to Raven Spring. It's a little detail, it's a little thing, but I really, really like it. I don't know if I've ever seen that before where a location on the map gets renamed, where they change the name. Truthfully, I probably wouldn't have thought about that as even being a possibility from a text standpoint, or I hadn't even considered that as something that mod authors could do that could be done within the engine, but just a cool little thing, just a nice little tidbit right there. At long last, we're going off to find Horace there. He's probably wondering what's taking us so long. He might have already solved everything on his own, for all we know. But I don't think there's any timed quests here, so most likely not. Hello? You gotta help me, they're after me, gotta do things. Make them go away, please. What is on your head? Is that a marking or some sort of weird muzzle thing? What are you talking about? No time to talk, they're on to me. Got my scent, gonna carve me, I'm gonna feed me to the dogs. Just help me. Okay. No, he is wearing some sort of weird head thing. He didn't really say what to help him with, though. Oh, here we go. Hey, how are you? Hey, friend. Seen a Grock lately? If you help me find him, then I'll give you half the gold for his scalp. Why are you after him? Why do you care? The scent of that filthy animal should be reason enough to oust him from our lands. Oh. And besides, we don't want these greenskins to set an example for their degenerate kin, so we have to make an example out of him. Every runaway leads to another. You found yourself a bigger problem than the Orcs. Grock lover, are we? To think we've rid ourselves of your kind. Gonna be going home with 2 scalps today. I'd like to see you try. Also, I'm a knight.
Look who's brave.
I wanted to make sure that I did have the right shout equipped. I did. Oh, they're just sliding down and it kills them. Just the damage did them in that way. I have been reading the comments. I still try to read just about every comment out there. I do miss a couple, but I had seen some people talking about how they're not necessarily sure how they feel about the portrayal of orcs, or rather the sentiment towards orcs in the mod. And I understand it. I understand the concern, the criticism, the critiques about it. And I guess I'm somewhere on the fence about it, because in the end, I feel like High Rock and the Iliac Bay was always a little bit more hostile towards orcs in particular because of their proximity to where the orcs continued to try and build Orsinium. Orsinium was still sacked relatively recently. Orsinium was still sacked as early as, but as late as, what, early 4th era, I want to say?
Little outside, or within the village. Although, I have seen them moving in and out of the mines more than usual lately.
Just gonna let them talk first.
Our rears in case things go awry, and don't be afraid to turn your hands against us if the worst comes to pass.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I will hold the bridge to the best of my ability. Pray it goes smoothly.
Now, the other thing to consider is that, and this is only because I played the Daggerfall Skyrim mod recently, the Skyrim mod recently, but orcs weren't necessarily considered a part of... Oh, Horace there? What are you doing? I know I have to follow you, but I'm not following you in there. Orcs weren't necessarily considered citizens of the Empire until after the events of Daggerfall. It's one of the endings of Daggerfall, is that the orcs did get treated as more so equals. Given that Daggerfall is maybe 200 years or so, a little bit more than 200 years before the events of Skyrim, you can have a lot of kind of built-up resentment among the locals for them still. but at the same time it also seems to go a little far. It seems like the way that orcs are portrayed in Beyond Reach are very, very different from how they're portrayed in Skyrim, for instance. They leaned a little bit too much into the barbarian aspect, but being in different provinces, maybe that's just how they are, given how much they're persecuted against in High Rock. I'm probably talking in circles at this point, but just trying to look at it from both perspectives, I guess, of... It does feel a little over the top, but I can understand the justifications from it from the mod author's perspective. Horace, where are you going?
Blessings to you, Knight.
Do you have any further need of my services?
A bounty has come through straight from the council. They're in need of a knight's skills for this case. Have a look.
Alright.
Keep safe.
Well, I'm gonna keep following him, but he just gave me another quest. I don't know what he's doing. I just have to follow him, right? I should follow Horace towards the village. Yeah, I'd like to, but the bridge is back that way, buddy. Oh, did he never lower the bridge? Is that why? This might be a little bit of a reload. Or, let me wait a couple hours and see if he moves around. Okay, I think he went where he's supposed to go now. It looks like it. Sometimes that's all it takes. I'm gonna go back to the bridge then. My best guess is maybe something in his AI package just freaked out and said, oh, the bridge isn't there. Oh, I can't cross the bridge even if it gets lowered.
Be on your guard.
So the bridge didn't lower. He was supposed to, I guess he just didn't. And that would have caused it. Which I probably would have realized that, but immediately I tried following Horace there before I noticed that the bridge didn't lower. Just gotta do everything myself, huh? As always. I would not want to live in this village, frankly.
What do you want?
As citizens under the protection of Evermore, you're still subject to our laws. We are investigating the mines.
Protection. You call bloated skin and boiled innards protection. You call the death of our very own children protection. Evermore has done us only wrong. You keep all the cures to yourself within your walls. You've always looked down on us. Be gone.
Seems they're not listening. Get inside the mines. I'll draw their attention outside. I think they're going to turn violent.
No, I understand what they're saying, though. I do get where she's coming from. I do like how they go.
We're walking into something bad.
I do like how they say, hey, you get out of here, and Horace goes, you go on in, you'll be fine, right? It's like, will I? Am I gonna be okay? You sure about this, buddy? So my best bet is the way that the bridge had a sort of like chain mechanism. This is going to as well, which means we gotta go in here. Anybody? Oh,
Yeah,
rats!
I hear it too.
Well, skeevers, sorry. The vastly, incredibly
Easier than
different creature.
expected.
And pull that. I like that. That's a cool little idea. That's a cool little mechanic. Oh, there's some sort of like weird visual distortion in
Feels
here.
safe up
Do you
here.
see
I
it?
can only imagine how much time this bridge has left with all the flood and rain.
It seems to be
Wouldn't wanna be on it
specifically
when it falls.
around this one kind of spire right here. Oh god, it's trippy. Now, is everyone gonna attack me, or all the afflicted just gonna yell? Luck's End, yeah. Fitting. Very fitting for a town of afflicted, you know?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to pay you soon. I promise.
Oh?
These
I
remedies
can just
are-
about feel my knees giving out with all this
Well,
crouching.
with that gold in a week, we'll have trouble. Do you know the hassle I have to go through to get this?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'll make it up to you any way you want. Just please give me that potion.
I'll let it slide this time. You won't be so lucky when you come begging again. I'll assure you of that.
Okay, I just had to overhear it and now talk to him. Oh, you're also afflicted, which means you don't really have the cure, do you? What's going on here? I come from Evermore, as a knight.
I see. Only a matter of time till they would send someone to come scooping around. Don't worry, no blood is involved. Yet.
Yet.
I bring medicine for the plagued here. You probably overheard our conversation? You know nothing in this world comes free.
No, of course not.
This medicine is too expensive to pay for out of my own pocket, so I need any compensation I can get.
You found a cure?
No, sadly, just something that delays the inevitable.
Oh, okay.
It gives them peace of mind, and the placebo is more than enough to keep them coming back.
Oh.
If you don't want to see any more dead on your roads, then it'd be best to forget that I'm here, and tell Evermore that all is well.
So he's just a con man. You're extorting these villages for your own ends. It ends here.
The city of Evermore won't accept me back into their oh-so-perfect city while I look like this. And I'd rather die than being both plagued and poor. You selfish bastards have damned this entire village to an early grave. Maybe I can delay the news by silencing their messenger.
I like how I'm the selfish bastard when
There
he
you
flat
are.
out said that he's selling a placebo. When he flat out admitted that he's the one selling a
Say your
placebo.
prayers.
Also, I realize I am wrong for now attacking all the afflicted. Oh, see, she doesn't care. I put my weapon away and she's like, oh, you'll live. Oh, you're okay. Like I didn't just chop down those people without a second thought. Like, no, Evermore's not perfect in this situation, but oh, you selfish bastards for not letting me settle my placebo, which isn't a cure at all. Oh well.
You all right?
Some noble was afflicted and was selling medicine to the villagers.
We've had a run-in with opportunists before, those that exploit the meek for their own gain. I heard the commotion in there. I stayed outside to make sure no others entered the mine, or any left. I'm sure you did the right thing in there. Take this for your help. I'll inform the court of possible contraband smuggling and corruption within the nobility.
Also, because, and maybe I'm just mixed up on it, but he said placebo, but he also said it does delay the effects. So which is it? Does it delay the effects, or is it just a placebo to keep them coming back for more? Knight to knight, how corrupt are the nobility? A knight you may be, but you're still fresh within the ranks, being a stranger to many in the kingdom. It's best to avoid controversy so early on in your career. Especially controversy stirred against an established class. I'll tread with caution. Knights who boast of medals to fill halls can still see their reputations dragged through the mud by offending some irritable noble, like that one you just killed in the mine. However, I'm not denying the case for corruption. In fact, the problem pervades even the higher echelons of our society. Have we tried ousting these corrupt nobles? And he just laughs and says, no. Now that is a rabbit hole you shan't descend. You may find yourself collecting dirt against the royal family itself if you're not cautious. And at that point, why bother serving a kingdom at all? That's a fair point.
Don't cause any trouble now.
I don't know about that. I can't really guarantee that at all. Rescue Borgen from Renegade's Ridge. Where the hell is that gonna be? Okay, down there. Borgen, Renegade's Ridge. Let's do it. Now, Renegade's Ridge should be right here. Rescue Borg. I like how he just gave that to me very quickly and very randomly. It's like, oh yeah, there's some brigands, there's a guy.
I'll carve you up.
You gonna go find him? Ah, sure, why not?
This ends here.
Sure, I'll hop on it. Right now. Once, once he learns
this, I'm
how to
out
cross
of
a bridge, that is, once Horace here learns
Say
what a
your
bridge
prayers.
is, and doesn't just swim across the high rock channel.
Put you 6 feet up there.
Messed with the wrong Richmond. Say your prayers.
Just not good enough. My steel is going up your ass. You're in for it now.
Hey, don't you put that steel there. That steel doesn't belong in my ass.
Don't mug me.
I like the don't mug me. It's like, I'm not here for your money. I'm not here for your pitiful 7 gold or however much you have. It's also just funny hearing it from a bandit. It's like, oh no, don't mug me. Even though I would have mugged you in an instant.
Something you need?
Yeah, I'm here to rescue you.
Can't believe what just happened. May the Reach show mercy on you.
I can just fast travel back, right? It's not one of those escort missions where I gotta actually walk you there. Like Morrowind. Well, Borgen, let me take my leave.
Something you need?
You'll be safe now. Thanks for risking your life for me. All in a night's
May the
day.
Reach show mercy on you.
Yeah, you too. You need a little bit more mercy than I do, frankly. And return to Horace there. Oh, he's just outside the city. Let's go meet up with him. Let's go find him.
Blessings to you, knight.
I've rescued the citizen.
Your feats are inspiring, to say the least. Here, a reward most deserved.
Alright.
Keep safe.
Now, the reason I haven't asked him about the other lore questions is just not knowing if they're voice acted or not. And yes, I could read them out, but I had one lore question that I asked him where it was
Blessings to
probably
you, knight.
a good 7 or 8 minutes long of me just having to try and read some of the lines very quickly because even with Fusrodo, it wasn't on screen long enough to read out. So, just for the sake of that, I haven't asked him any of the lore questions. Or any of the other lore questions. Well, time to speak to the king and hopefully not watch a bunch of children get eaten.
It's hard to stay motivated when working for these city snobs.
We've prevented it once, but how many more times can we prevent children being eaten by griffins? You had called for my presence?
Kagor has a penchant for appeasement, doesn't he? Yes, knight. I did ask for you. Yet I shirked to call so soon. After hearing about your feats through the kingdom recently. Though seeing as you are here, you have made yourself available for another duty. That duty entails a group of children that...
I see that my throne is still occupied.
I can't hear him.
The usurper.
Son!
Oh!
My! How much you have changed in such short time!
I was wondering about the
And
sun.
how much wider you've become. The chef must have been busy.
Ooh.
The messengers told of you returning with Elaine. Has your mother distracted herself in the markets again?
I have many virtues, father, yet patience was never one of them. Crisis heralded my return, and I came.
Don't look at me.
For if I were gone any longer, the people could forget the face of their future king.
Come here, son. It's
Oh,
been
okay.
far too long.
Oh, this is just the
I have
relationship.
sat in this hall alone, with all but the guards to humor me.
Okay, they're just messing with
The
each
longing
other.
was mutual, father. I had sought to return home ever since I arrived in Daggerfall. Yet this kingdom grows further, and soon evermore will provide as the West, and much more.
Soon, I hope. I wish to see the day where they look up in deference, as I still live.
I see we're graced by a small audience.
Don't mind me.
It's not like you to forgo introductions, father.
I just want to awkwardly
Not
watch
anyone of prominence.
your
A
reunion.
servant of the kingdom, who I had knighted.
Ouch.
Though this servant did thwart a great threat within Raven Spring.
Ouch, he makes it sound like a pity
However,
knighting.
the tales from that place are spurious at best. I may have been too lax in my privileges again.
Goodness. The rabble finally found some truth to their ravings then. The Reach is host to much ill will, but the twisted schemes of a god. Yet with all their power, a mortal crew had prevailed over their plot. Not many knights can boast of similar feats.
Certainly not Mech and Sec.
In fact, such a trial lifts you above the others my father has sworn in. So forgive his impertinence. Unlike him, I value that conviction.
Listen, I thought the king and I were starting to get along. I thought we were starting to become a little, well, not friendly, but a little bit more than just acquaintances. Or maybe, like, just slightly above acquaintance. I am humbled to be in your presence, Prince Damien.
Know this of me, knight. I do not respect those who grovel. We are comrades. I want your respect, not your fear.
I'm gonna get along with this guy.
However, I have matters to discuss with the king. Much time has passed during my stay west. Now Evermore demands my focus. We'll talk again.
But the children. The children.
Greetings, knight.
Forgive me, my king. Do you still need my services?
Why, of course. You are a royal subject before royalty and the revered gods. Now I need to be succinct, as I have matters to discuss with my son. Children. Children from Raven Spring who seek refuge within these walls. And as this kingdom is more than charitable, we have made arrangements for a new slew of young to be harbored here until that plague subsides, or when order is fully restored to that town. Order which I think my son will be eager to see facilitated.
Why do you want to see these children?
I will speak candidly. We have been found lacking when it comes to alleviating the Reach's suffering. This altruism is the least we can show for our unintended negligence. A gesture of goodwill that will engender rapport with our subjects and to protect the young, for the assurance of a new generation of Reachmen that will propagate their names.
I'm sure there are better ways to do it, like sending more men to defend the land. This is not my place to say this.
Has a serpent found its way into your heart, knight? Is this serpent desperate to accuse me of something wretched? I never took you for one to be reticent.
I do wish there were more dialogue options here. Like, yes, I know that I'm new to the politics here, but still, why do I have to go off and be like, oh, harder, king, I think you could be smarter than it? And he's like, are you kidding me? How many times have we talked about this, knight? I am the king, we are not equals, you don't question me.
If the wind so much as whistles your name, and these sordid rumors follow, you and any that bear relations will see a most terrible death on that very same day.
Which I didn't
But you are
say
loyal,
anything
so
about
these measures would never need
rumors.
to be entertained, will they?
No, I will obey. Although you're the one who brought up rumors, I just said we could probably send soldiers.
Very well. Off you go, knight. Stay safe on your travels.
It's hard to stay motivated when
It's like,
working
hey,
for
king,
these
why don't we send soldiers? And he goes,
all right?
are you saying that I like children? No, Your Honor, I didn't say that at all. Oh, I guess no one did. Well, be on your way. I am the king. Leave me alone. Okay. Because wasn't that a thing that, well, I think there were two things. I think there was some sort of mention of it, some hint at that with the Griffin quest, and then I also think that Rados said something that pertained to that as well. I could be mixing it up. Maybe they were talking about a different king. I just know they said king at some point. Either way, I'm trying not to get beheaded by the king. That's kind of my goal right now. No beheadings, at least not today. Next week, maybe. Next week, sure.
Don't wait to get out of this old dung pit town.
Tell me about it. Now, it looks like the kids are going to be right around here. I'm really waiting
Something
for
you
this
need.
to lead to something with the Griffin. When I looked online, it didn't say that there was any update to the Griffin quest, but I don't know, maybe it's because the Griffin quest isn't continued through A Wish for Wings itself. Maybe it's because it ties into another quest. Not long, honey, not now. Not long, I promise. Oh, I can't stand this crying.
Something you need.
Is business good?
Bredens don't conduct bad business. Although it could be better. Have you met my brother Maximund? He sits on that dull bridge.
I don't think
Always
I have.
gloating about how he just got this exotic item and that soul gem, blah blah. I hope he has a slaughterfish bite him in the nether regions.
Alright. Hey, you.
Yes?
Doing well, Knight?
Oh, it's you! It's my priest friend, but... I mean, still weird that they never gave you a name. I'm here to take the children on behalf of Evermore.
I was wary of who they would be sending, but I've seen you stalwart in the face of the corruption that gripped this town. You're someone I can readily trust. The king has taken a liking to you as well, if he's this confident with your competence.
Like is a strong word. Liking's a strong word. I go between helping him to questioning his authority, and he threatens to flay me alive. It's a whole thing. It's our banter. It's our relationship. From battling demons to babysitting. Let's have this over with then.
I hope the kids don't cause too much hassle. They've grown restless from being homebound these last few months. No child should be confined within these dreary abodes for so long. I'll pray for your safe arrival at the city.
How weird that it ties in together. It's like, oh, children stuck inside for an extended period of time because of a plague. Man, when would that ever happen? I mean, hey, this was technically before its time then, because this was something that was written years and years and years ago. What is that deer doing? Do you see that? That's terrifying. Can I just fast travel with you kids?
Yes? Need something?
Okay, they're all just generic kids. They don't have anything interesting to say. Let's fast travel. Let's see if it lets me. That was easy enough.
Come for aid?
And no griffins ate anyone on the road either. How nice. I assume you're here to take the children off my hands?
As with every young batch this city receives, there is no higher priority than the propagation of our virtues to the next generation. And we priests are best fitted to carry out that education. So yes, Knight, I will be taking them. And for your knightly deed, trust and gratitude.
You're so generous, Bishop.
Before we forget your past vocation, I assume you are looking for a more tangible reward? A raise to your monthly earnings should suffice.
The king doesn't need me for anything else?
His Majesty has informed me of any further duties to impart on you, so you are free to enjoy your time as you wish.
It's all settled then.
If you are not too busy, then you can attend the show within the city center. Some orc from Daggerfall is scheduled for a speech, one of the more erudite of his kind. Have a listen. Maybe his insight will come of use to a knight.
Why only harbor the children? What about the adults?
For reasons unclear, this affliction leaves those in their prime unharmed, pervading only among the old and the young, reaping both shortly after their initial signs of the disease. And I needn't overstate the importance of coveting the children of the kingdom, an act that both seeks to protect the future and engender favor from the gods, so that this kingdom never wanes in strength.
And where do you take them?
We have them washed down and deloused, meticulously seeking out any signs of plague through their bodies and their souls, as the nature of this plague isn't fully understood. Surgeons work on the temporal aspect of the affliction, and priests banish the spiritual ailments that burden them. We have to be thorough, else we risk having an outbreak within these very walls.
Where will they live?
The children are then sent off to a select few foster homes that will harbor them until the plague subsides. Once it does, physical contact will be re-established with the parents.
Alright.
Good fortune.
The reason I was willing to ask him the lore questions is I know that he... Or so far he had been fully voiced, I hadn't run into any unvoiced lines with him, so...
We can't thank you enough, friend.
I asked him the lore, I was like, okay, this'll be fine. Okay. He should be fine to talk to.